everyone, and welcome to today's live on sampurnahara.com. My name is Shamla.
And I'm Dr. Achitan Ishwar, and we're co-founders of Sampurna Ahara and NutritionScience.in.
So in today's live, it's going to be a little different. We are actually going to be eating food and talking to you about food. It's going to be interesting. It's an interesting topic. We're going to talk about how to manage cravings. This is something that is a huge roadblock for many of you who are trying to move to a healthier diet. And today we're going to address as much as possible on this topic. And yeah, we can't wait to get started.
We've decided to make you all hungry and then talk about how to manage cravings.
So this is our first mukbang.
Yes, looking forward to it.
Wonderful. So we each are going to have a snack with us. This is mine. This is a cake jar. So it's cake in a jar. And this is a caramel and chocolate cake in a jar. Is your mouth watering already? Because mine is. It's, as you can see, it's layers of cake with caramel and nuts and chocolate cream. And the best part of it is, of course, it is whole food plant-based, which means that it is vegan, it's sugar-free, there's no jaggery, there's no oil, there's no maida. So there you go, a completely healthy snack. So this is what I'm going to be snacking on. And
I'm going to choose the Shenga Obbattu from Sampurna Ahara, a delicious traditional Karnataka snack. So this is usually made with maida and it has a sugar filling, sometimes a jaggery filling if you're lucky, and plenty of ghee on top. Now this Obbattu melts in the melts in the mouth. All this watering, but it has no ghee in it. There's no butter. There's no sugar. No jaggery even. It's made with whole wheat, and it has peanut butter. It's sweetened with dates. The richness comes from the peanut butter, the way it makes it melt in the mouth, and it's 100% whole food plant based. Absolutely delicious.
So before we get started, if you are hungry and if you want to check out these treats, you can head over to sampurnahara.com and order what your favorite treats are. So without much ado, let's get started with the questions for today. The first question, I think, is why do you get cravings? Is there like a science behind it? What is the reason that people get cravings?
So there are actually a number of reasons. The first one, and maybe the simplest one, is simply because you're hungry and you feel like eating something. And then the one thing that is on top of your mind is going to come out and you're going to feel like eating that thing. And if it's a cake that you liked last week, or if it's a pizza that you've been waiting to eat for a month, or if it's that more korambu that your mom made when you were a child and you feel like eating that, all those cravings are going to come up, especially when you're simply hungry. The second reason is because you've gotten into a habit of eating that particular snack. Or let's say you're used to eating sweets after food. You're used to popping some laddu or a Mysore pak or some paisam after every meal. And one day you don't have that, you're going to find yourself craving for that simply because you're in the habit for it. A third reason could be, and so that also includes things like you see people in front of you eating sweets and you feel like eating the same thing, or just that you have it at home and you feel like eating it, right? All of which are related to habits, to your external environment, to the people around you. And then there is the other reason of nutrient deficiencies. When you are deficient in a particular nutrient, sometimes your body makes you crave for foods that have that particular nutrient. Now, this is still undergoing research to find out how true this is, but it looks like there is some truth behind this. And final reason could be related to the hunger itself, is that you ate food, but you didn't eat enough of it, or you didn't eat the right kind of food to keep you full for enough time. So, a number of different reasons. None of which may actually be satisfied really well by eating that thing you're craving for. Like if you're craving for a cake, even if you eat the cake, if it has sugar or maida, you're going to feel like eating some more within just say half an hour or an hour or a couple of hours. So it's not a great solution. Today we're going to be talking about what is the solution when you crave for something what could be the best solution to address that craving?
When you were talking about the second point where you see people around you eating and you want to eat, it happens to me all the time if we are going to a railway station or the airport. It doesn't matter if I've had dinner or lunch or whether I'm hungry, not hungry. I simply have to eat something at the airport or at the station or while traveling on road trips. I don't know what that
It's
is.
become such a habit. You've done it every time, and that's just the way we do it.
Yeah. So I think that I don't know if any of you can relate to it. Comment and let us know. I'd love to know if this is just a me thing or if there are more of you who have to eat every time you're at an airport or at the railway station. And you also mentioned something very interesting about if you're not eating enough of the right kind of foods, you find yourself craving. And I think I finally realized that at one point, and I think we'll talk about that more when we talk about the solutions and how we each have managed our cravings after moving to a whole food plant-based diet. But I think that's that's something that a lot of us can, if you're conscious, we realize that at some point it kind of hits you in the face.
Yeah.
So the next question is, what we were just talking about. When you first moved to a whole food plant-based diet, how did you manage your cravings? Because and this was what 8 years ago, right? So you didn't really have too many off-the-shelf options to just buy and snack on things, whether it's a sweet or a savory. It was also a time when I think you may not have figured out how to cook or make all of these delicacies that you do today. And when you just move to eating healthier, you have strong cravings because you miss what you've been eating, what you're accustomed to, the high sugar, the high salt kind of food. So it'll be very interesting to hear what were some of the things that you did when you started off.
Yeah, in fact, I think it was about 10 years back when we started going vegan and started adopting a whole food plant-based diet. Up until that point, my favorite snack every day after school, after college, was half a cup of curds with 6 spoons of sugar in it. And nowhere related to is this good, is this bad, nothing. It's just something that I've always done. I've always loved eating and craved every day. And that would be my go-to snack as soon as I came back home. But then when I realized, hey, this is not healthy for me, this is unhealthy, it could result in diseases, in pain for me in the future, I stopped consuming it. And this is also around the time when I watched the movie Earthlings, the documentary. That's when I decided to go vegan. So I stopped consuming curds and then stopped consuming sugar. And I was, there were no vegan curds that were easily available in the market. We had soya milk, but that's about it. And it didn't really strike that, hey, I could actually get that soya milk and make curds with it. I didn't know that, hey, it's actually super simple to make, say, badam milk or cashew milk at home. None of those strike. So the only thing I could do was just stop eating it. And then there was this time for a few weeks when I'd actually get into a low mood after coming back from college because I wanted to eat my favorite snack and I couldn't eat it because I decided not to eat it. It's not good for me, it's not good for the animals. So what do? There were many, many things that I did. And I'm sure there were many things that you did as well, Shyam, when you first changed your diet. So let's talk about all of those, small things that we did that helped us to make this change one by one. One of the things I did was when I craved for something, I would actually go and eat that same thing, but I would eat it mindfully. I'd shut off all distractions. And I would, sit in one place, keep my phone away, keep the laptop away, tell people I'm taking a short break for 5 minutes, I'll be back, don't talk to me in that time. Close my eyes, sit down in one place, take one morsel of that food and completely focus on simply relishing that food. That's it. No distractions at all, with eyes closed. When I did this, I found that for most of the time, all I needed to satisfy that craving was that one spoon of food. That's it, just one mouthful. And when you completely indulge in it, totally, you're completely satisfied because that whole minute you've been enjoying that food, by the end of the minute you're so satisfied, you're content, you don't even need to eat the full cup of whatever sugar that you've taken. You don't need to eat it. So that helped me to transition from a regular diet to a healthy diet. It took some time, and I knew in my mind that this was for a transition period. This is not, sugar is not good for me. So I need to make this change. But in the meantime, let me just eat this one spoon of sugar and completely enjoy it. When I did that, I found that I was totally satisfied. I didn't have that craving anymore. That really helped me to overcome that craving and prevent it from coming back the next time. So that's one of the things I did. How about you? What were the things that you did?
So, just taking off on what you said, right? I think mindful eating definitely helps, especially with, for me, it helped with savory, with fried food, simply because at the time I did not know how to use, like, I didn't know the existence of an air fryer, much less recipes to make oil free, unfried stuff. But in any case, fried, for me, that was the first place where I could see a noticeable difference in mindful eating. I still remember the first time I mindfully ate, I think it was baby corn manchuri. I was so disappointed because I was like, why is it tasting so bad? I thought it's like, they got some other chef or something, it's like one of those things. And this is from like a fast food joint near my house. So I was very upset. Okay, I said this is not okay. And I think they tried it one or two more times. I don't remember clearly how many times I tried it, and then I realized, you know what? I just stopped craving for it. I think that's what happened. So I didn't replace it with anything. I just stopped craving for it. This was about 6.5 years ago. And one of the things that really helped me with snacking and eating when I'm not hungry, or eating because I'm bored, or eating because it's become a habit, especially in office where I used to work earlier. If I think for the first few months, I used to diligently carry a box with dry fruits and nuts. And I used to make sure that it's full, so that, because I didn't want to be stuck in a place where I was craving for something, I was hungry, and I just went out and ate something unhealthy. I didn't want that. So my approach was slightly different in that you would eat your snack mindfully and then get over it. For me, with the snacking stuff, I didn't do that at all. I just said, no, I'm not going to snack, and if I'm going to snack, it's going to be these healthy things. I also found roasted peanuts, so oil-free roasted peanuts, and you have this one with spices as well. You get it at any like small bakery. I think it is like 50 rupees or something, one packet of extremely salty, extremely spicy peanuts. And when I was working, there were two others who were also kind of on a similar journey, and we used to go through these packets of peanuts. These used to be eaten even by people who weren't whole food plant based or anything. But we used to go through packets of those peanuts. I used to have bananas with me. So I made sure that I stocked up on these, whatever I could find, little snacks. Because snacking, I didn't want to go down and buy a donut or a chocolate or anything of that sort. So with snacking, my approach was different. With food, as I said, with fried food. So with fried food that I was talking about, the Manchurian stuff, I'm accustomed to having it with my meals. So for me, that's not a snack. I used to have it as a part of dinner most of the time. So my approach towards that was a little different.
Great. There are so many more things you can do. Now, you spoke about planning. You spoke about having alternatives. You spoke about choosing what you want to indulge in and what you don't. There are so many ways to do it, which brings us to our next question. What are the ways to avoid cravings? How do you manage cravings if they do come? And how do you overcome them finally? Like, what's the end game? And there are many steps that you can take towards making this happen, right? The first one, and this may be the most important one, is learning. I'll tell you what this means, right? So something super simple. If you're craving for some strawberries, or if you're craving for an orange or for some grapes, that's a fantastic craving to have. That's a good thing because all of those are healthy food. So you don't need to avoid it, you don't have to manage it, you definitely don't need to overcome it. That's fantastic. You can go ahead and indulge in those healthy foods. But at the same time, if you find yourself craving for a samosa or a pizza, that may not be such a healthy craving. So there may be something you'll need to do to address that. So, what are the cravings that you indulge in? What are the cravings that you try to modify? And what are the cravings that you'll need to overcome? Right? To be able to discriminate between these three things, number one, the first step is learning about it. So, we have a fantastic plant based Kickstart course on nutritionscience.in. It's a free course that you can sign up for right now. It has about 200 recipes that are whole food plant based, 100% whole food plant based. Everything from soups and salads and sambar, rasam, palya to dals and gravies and sabjis, South Indian, North Indian, continental, Thai. There's even a pasta recipe. There's ice cream. There's cake. All kinds of goodies where you can learn what does it mean to cook whole food plant based dishes. Once you do that, you don't need to avoid any cravings because you're going to enjoy the food you eat. You're going to it's a difference between saying I like cake but I can't eat it, and that's going on a diet which doesn't work. And the second option of saying I like chocolate cake, I'm going to eat it every day and enjoy it and still be at my ideal weight because it doesn't have maida. It's made from whole wheat. There's no sugar. It's sweetened with dates. Doesn't have chocolate in it. It has cacao powder. It doesn't have artificial flavors. It doesn't have artificial sweeteners or preservatives or any other chemicals. So once you make this learning happen, once you learn about what is healthy and what is unhealthy to use and how to cook, that makes a world of a difference. Right, so that's step number one, learning. Step number two, in avoiding cravings, is to actually identify them correctly. Right? For example, say, why am I craving for something in particular? Right? We spoke about hunger. You may just be hungry, or it may be a habit for you, or it may be someone's eating it in front of you. You also feel like eating it. It may be a number of different things. You saw an ad, and then you feel like eating it, which is what the ad is designed to do. Right? So identify which one of these it is. Once you rationalize it, once you figure out the source of that cravings, it becomes a lot easier to deal with it. Like if you're hungry, then just go eat your next meal and that solves it. Or choose something healthy and eat it. That solves it. You won't be craving for that anymore. Right? So that's the second step, identifying the source of it. The third step is planning. Right? This is something Shyamla spoke about. Do you want to share some tips on how to plan for cravings so that you always have healthy food lying around?
Yes. So before that, just going back to what you were saying, right? Identify why you're having this craving. As you were talking, I remember we were going to the airport, and this was just I just adopted a whole food plant-based diet, maybe 6 months into it, and so one thing is it's normal at the beginning for this to be much harder. So right now we're saying it it's a lot simpler over time because you get a rein on things, but initially it can be very difficult. You don't know how to identify it. You may not have the patience to identify it, and I think that's what happened with me. So we passed by a fast food joint, and I said, "Oh, I'm craving to have a burger." And like something deep fried or like something with cheese and things like that. So immediately I remember you saying, "Oh, you must be hungry." I had not even thought that I could be hungry. I just thought, oh, this is something that I'm missing or something. So ever since that day, I've always taken it as a sign. If anytime I crave for deep fried food or very fatty food, it means I'm really hungry, or and I'm not realizing it. It's a lot of the times you're eating lunch and dinner at a particular time, and you don't really have to think. You don't really forget, and you don't get hungry to a point where you're suddenly like, I'm starving. But it can happen either if you're too busy at work, or you've not planned a meal properly when you're traveling, when sometimes when you're stressed out and you're not keeping track of things. So that I just was remembering that anecdote of identifying when you're hungry. When it comes to planning, now it's much easier. Even if I say so myself, with Sampurna Ahara, things have become so much easier. I cannot tell you. So, for example, if you are someone who likes chocolate a lot, there's one snack that I absolutely love. This is a chocolate karanji. So how you have the coconut and typically jaggery filled karanji. This one has a chocolate and coconut and a chocolate and peanut. I think there are variations. So it's stuffed with chocolate and nuts. It's absolutely amazing. You also have savory snack options. So there are a lot of these. So first point I think is if you are someone who's really busy, you don't have time to cook and make all these snacks and goodies for yourself, is to buy from a place where it is healthy. So whether it is that 50 rupees packet of roasted peanuts or some bananas or something more like more complex, like maybe this karanji or a cake in a jar. The even the flaxseed laddus can make for a great snack. So just having all of these things handy, making sure that you're stocked up with enough of snacks, both sweet and savory, based on your specific likes and dislikes. Because very often when you have a craving, it's too late to then plan for it because you're already probably slightly irritated that you're craving for something, you're trying to eat healthy, especially at the beginning, and you want it now. So anytime you're craving for a snack, you will eat what is close to you at the time. You're not going to think, okay, I'm going to order this or I'm going to make this. So that's not generally how you're going to react. So stock up on sweets, snacks, goodies. Sampurna Ahara has a whole range of them. We ship many of them pan India as well, the ones with a higher shelf life, loads of oil-free snacks, sugar-free sweets, all of them. You can also stock up on dry fruits and nuts because just having like a handful of cashew and raisins or almonds and dates, it's though that itself can satisfy your craving if you're craving for something sweet and fatty. Also, it's great to plan for having condiments and ingredients in your house so that you can whip up something really quickly. For that, my number one recommendation, and you will see me recommend this in many of the videos because personally, when I discovered peanut butter, especially the ones without any additives, it just made it for me because you can make a quick dressing, a salad dressing with this. You can put it in your gravies. You can put it, if I suddenly am craving for something creamy, it's not, I don't have to then sit and grind nuts and do anything from scratch. It's just here, you just put 2 spoons and you're done for. You may even like snacking on it just by itself. So I would say have also the right condiments with you so that if you're craving for a particular dish, let's say you feel like eating noodles for lunch, then have a packet of whole wheat noodles, atta noodles, have some vinegar with you, have these condiments and have these ingredients so that you can quickly put something together and make the food that you want. I think that's a very long answer to a question that you asked about planning. I think these are the various things that I did, and it really helped me. It really, really helped me make the transition much easier and without feeling like it's a chore. So I didn't feel like, oh, I'm eating healthy, poor me, I'm missing out on everything because I made sure that I was eating everything that I liked on a regular basis. So I didn't feel that, that I was missing out at all.
Fantastic. So those are some ways by which you can learn about your cravings, learn whether they're healthy or unhealthy. Once you discriminate between those two, you can address them by planning, by cooking healthier alternatives of the same dish, by keeping it ready, by making sure you're always stocked up with healthy food so that whenever you have a craving, you simply indulge in it, you enjoy it, and you enjoy life at the end of the day, right? That's all we want to do. So that's something that's easily possible, achievable, and with your optimal health at the end of the day through whole food plant-based nutrition. So we're coming towards the end of the video, and Shyamla, I want to ask you, what are your favorite snacks? What do you love munching on? What do you love eating?
So that's a great question. I think before I get to that, and it's been a few years now of having been on a whole food plant-based diet, and this is something I spoke about at the beginning of the video, right? Like today, I have a lot of favorite goodies to snack on, but I don't really feel the need to snack or have cravings very regularly. And I think this is something that I noticed when I started eating better meals. So I think my favorite goodies to snack on is also having a good meal. I know that's not a snack, but having a fulfilling meal which is balanced, which is nutritious, which has foods that you like in it. And I think I realized that only after the Sampurna Ahara meals, because it has everything. It has all the nutrients, it has all the micronutrients, it has it in the right quantities. So every time I opened my box, or when people see photos of it, they're like, isn't that too much for one person?
Yeah, because there are so many varieties. It looks like it's a lot,
Yeah.
but it's actually just satiating enough. It's just the right quantity of food. So a couple of days back, one of our newest clients, she had ordered one meal from us just to try it out, and she ate it. And then she called us and she said, this is by evening, she called. She said, I ate lunch. It was fantastic. I love the majige huli. I never thought you could make majige huli without majige, without curds. How did you guys do it? Then we told her how we did it, how we make it using soya curds and almond curds, cashew curds, etc. Then she said, another thing I noticed is by this time, by 5 p.m., by 4 p.m. usually, I'm so hungry, I'm craving for a snack. And today, everything seems stable. I'm not craving anything. I'm not even hungry. I'm feeling quite satisfied. I'm feeling light. I can go back home and eat dinner. I don't need to eat something at the office. This is great. And then that's when I told her that's because of the meal that you eat, because there's no processed food, there's no white rice, no sugar, no oil. So it prevents the blood glucose spike and crash, which is when you start getting hungry, which is when the cravings shoot up. So because of the way the unpolished rice is used, the millets are used, the nuts and seeds, vegetables, greens, cruciferous vegetables, flax seeds, so many delicious yet tasty and healthy ingredients that are used in every Sampurna Ahara meal. You eat one meal in the afternoon, one meal in the evening, or one in the morning, one in the evening, and you're good to go. You don't have cravings for the rest of the day. Life becomes easier, and especially for someone like me, because once I start eating, I can't stop. And Shyamla, you know that you're already smiling. I can't. So moderation is something that's very difficult for me. Right? If I do something, I do it like completely 100%. So if I see a box of laddus, I just keep eating the laddus till the box is over, and then I go look for the next box, right? So Shyamla doesn't have that problem. She can stop with one or two. What was especially for someone like me, making sure that those cravings don't hit is the key to making sure I don't go overboard, especially with eating something that may not be very healthy for me to eat.
Absolutely. I think starting off with, if you want to better manage and even overcome your cravings, eat better meals, learn more about a whole food plant-based diet, try and upgrade to it as quickly as possible. Start eating more fruits and vegetables, pulses and legumes, lentils, whole grains. All of these things, they sound really, really simple and basic, but it goes a long way. With two Sampurna Ahara meals on a regular day, I don't have the inclination to snack. I'm not hungry. I don't have the craving. It's just, it's just something that doesn't cross my mind at all. So having said that, favorite goodies to snack on, I think for me, when it comes to sweet, I am someone who really likes anything with chocolate in it. So the cake jar is good. So even this cake jar, it's not that I'll finish the entire thing in one sitting.
She
So
eats a little and then I finish the rest.
that's true. That happens. But left to myself, I would only eat a couple of spoons because Also, and you might be thinking, oh, she's one of those types who doesn't eat much. No, it's not that. It's just that when you make a whole food plant-based cake or a cake jar, it's really satisfying. It's really heavy. There's fiber and everything. So with a couple of spoons, you actually feel satiated. You feel good. So you don't feel like, just eating and eating and eating. So you can very well manage your cravings by having a couple of spoons and then keeping it away. Again, the karanji that I showed you, it comes in two other flavors as well. I think you may want to talk about this one. Mine is the chocolate one. As you can see, it's almost over. I have finished all of them. So the chocolate karanji is my favorite because, chocolate.
And then there is a stuffed fig and apricot karanji. So there, it's stuffed with dry fruits, it's stuffed with spices. It has this really exotic flavor to it. You have your regular karanji that just has cardamom, but this has so many other spices that, yummy. So there's a shell, and then inside it's stuffed with dry fruits and nuts. Then it's baked in an oven, so there's zero oil in making this. It's just a whole wheat casing, and the delicious dry fruits and nuts inside. They're literally like eating your badams and raisins, but quite a yummy, delicious dish.
Yes, and when it comes to savory snacks, for me, see, my absolute favorite is the potato chip crisps that we make at Sampurna Ahara, but we don't stock them up at home because that is one thing I can't stop eating. So if the bottle comes, I finish the whole
thing. There the tables have turned.
There the tables have turned. It's just so thin and amazingly crispy. So I don't think I'll ever be able to show that on video because I don't think it will last. But any crunchy snack, these are the flaxseed crackers. It's just really crunchy. It's spicy enough. It's a great way of getting your flax seeds in. Again, a lot of these snacks and sweets are actually nutritious. It's not just nullifying the unhealthy effects of a traditionally deep fried snack or something that is made with maida. This is actually something that is nutritious for you. So a lot of the snacks are made from pulses and legumes, oil-free snacks. Flaxseed is one of them. So I really like the flaxseed crackers. I also like
and the flaxseed crackers are also now fortified with vitamin B12. So the flaxseed B12 crackers, you eat one cracker a day and you meet your vitamin B12 requirements. You put that much B12 into it.
Yeah.
So you're not only satisfying your craving, but you're actually satisfying your optimum nutritional requirements as well.
So same with the flaxseed B12 laddu. So if you're someone who's a sweet, you have a sweet tooth and you need to have dessert after every meal, this is great because yes, of course it doubles up as dessert. It also has enough flaxseed such that if you eat 2 laddus a day, you're meeting your flaxseed requirements for the day. And every laddu has enough vitamin B12 to meet your B12 requirements. Same thing if you aren't much of a sweet tooth or you like mixing it up, you like something crunchy, again, something that a lot of South Indians really like, something crunchy with meals. So the flaxseed B12 crackers also fulfill that same role in terms of satisfying your cravings, helping you meet your B12 as well as flaxseed requirements for the day. These are again absolute favorites.
Yeah. And by the way, the flaxseed B12 laddus are so healthy. They are a part of every meal subscription. So on Sampurna Ahara, if you subscribe to healthy food or diabetes diet, the high BP diet, the weight loss diet, right? Any of the meal subscriptions, so we have other subscriptions called bowls. They're like mini meals. Except for them, you subscribe to any of the meal subscriptions, you get a health essentials pack. And one of the items in that health essentials pack is the flaxseed B12 laddus. We give you one big stock of laddus that you can keep for the rest of the month and eat. The only problem may be if you finish off too much of them too early, but then you can always get some from us.
Yes. Do you also want to unbox these snacks?
Yes.
Because I think some of our favorite goodies.
Absolutely. So these are some goodies that we made for recently for Yugadi. Some absolutely delicious snacks and wide variety of them. Many of them are traditional Karnataka preparations, right? So we have 3 of them in this box. This one is called the Masala Vada Cracker. It's like it tastes just like the masala vadas that you eat with tea, as an evening snack. But this is in a cracker form, so you can actually, if you want, dip this in a beverage that you're drinking. I know it won't break like a biscuit, but it'll get quite soft and soggy. So yeah, best of both worlds, and it's absolutely delicious. It's grain free as well. No grains have been used in this. And then we have the murukku or the chakli.
This is the tomato one?
Yes, this is the tomato murukku. It's one of our new favorites. It's enriched with a delicious tomato flavor, so super duper yummy. It has tomato is one of those few foods that gives you that nice umami flavor while still being a vegetable. So it's absolutely delicious. And then we have the traditional Karnataka nippattu. So this nippattu is usually fried in oil, but this is baked in an oven and super crunchy, super yummy, but 100% healthy at the same time. So those are the three Karnataka special Ugadi snacks that we did for Ugadi. We have, I think, more than almost 100 different sweets and snacks, cakes and cookies and goodies that we have on Sampurna Ahara that we initially started off creating just to satisfy our cravings. And I hope you all enjoy them as well. Do check it out. We'll put the link in the description of this video. You can click on it and check it out there. You can get them delivered anywhere in India, all over the country. I hope you enjoy them. We look forward to hearing how you liked it. So make sure you leave a comment on this video and tell us how you like the goodies, and how you found this video useful, right? If you find something that struck a light bulb in your mind, or something that you found useful, please feel free to share it with your loved ones to make sure that they also get the same benefits that you did, to help us to spread the message and reach more people together. And also, please make sure to subscribe to our channel, so that you get updates for our future videos and the ones that we're going to be releasing tomorrow as well.
Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get the notification every time we upload a video or go live from this channel. If you find this video useful, do feel free to share it with your friends and family as well, so they too can learn more and enjoy the benefits of a healthy diet without compromising on taste, without compromising on variety, without compromising on all the goodies that you want.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being with us. Hope you have a great day ahead. Be blessed.